Good afternoon. Welcome to Facebook Live. Wes Moss here. We're restarting Facebook Live on Wednesdays. Our new series, well, there you are. Hi. Our new series, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. We're helping retirees become happy retirees based on the research of my book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think, 5 Money Secrets of the Happiest Retirees. And one of the main principles inside of my research and in the book, starting on chapter 6, has to do with whether and when you should pay off a mortgage. Happy retirees have figured out some way, shape, or form to get rid of their mortgage and get into retirement and be able to have their mortgage be paid off within 5 years of retirement, or it's already paid off. So a really important question in your overall planning and your overall retirement happiness comes back to this big giant question: do I pay off the mortgage? When do I pay off the mortgage? Because we really want to go into retirement debt free. So I want to draw a chart. It's one of my favorite charts in the book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think, and it's really a continuum that shows empirically, and this is from my research, that I'm going to draw this out for you here as we'll zoom in on my chart here. This is years on this axis to pay off mortgage. So let's call this 0 years. Let's call this 15 years. And then on this part of the axis here, this is happiness. So we'll draw just a smiley face here where we have the happiest retirees are 5s out here, the least happy retirees are 1s, and we have anywhere in between. So what's interesting, and you'll see this chart in the book, is that the categorization of each happiness class looks a lot like this. So these are incrementally the groups that are happier and happier in my research. And what's pretty fascinating to me is that as years to pay off mortgage comes down, levels of happiness go up. So this is what the chart looks like. Again, as the year of happiness goes down, should I turn this around, Mallory? Is this right? As the number of years gets less and less and less, so light at the end of the tunnel, happiness levels go up. So these are the happiest retirees. And this is a really important piece of the equation. So the first reason why you want to get rid of the mortgage, and this is it, is that happiness levels rise for a variety of reasons as years to pay off mortgage comes down. There's light at the end of the tunnel. One of the primary reasons, as you can imagine, is just not having the burden of debt anymore. Own your house free and clear. There's a great psychological benefit to doing that. And I know there's arguments about my interest rate's low, I can make more money in the stock market, and that might be all true or well and good, but there's something even more powerful than the math behind this, and that has to do with getting rid of that debt so that then your discretionary income, when you're in retirement, can go to the things you want to do, like go on 2.4 vacations a year, another chapter in the book we'll get to in another Money Matters Facebook Live. Reason number 2. The next thought here is that this is really a timing question, when can I just pay the whole thing off? And the answer there is that when you have a third or less of your non-retirement money available, or you have a third or less of your after-tax money that could go towards paying off the mortgage in full, I say go ahead and do it. Again, let's look at this rule. I call it the 1/3 payoff rule. If you have $500,000 in after-tax money, non-retirement funds, and you have a mortgage that's $150,000, right? And again, the ratio here is that this is a little less to pay off your full mortgage. This is your mortgage amount. This is what you owe on your house. If you owe $150 or really $165 or less, and this is how much you have in after-tax savings, then I say go ahead and pay off the mortgage right away, whether you're 55 or you're 62 or 65. This is the formula that I use. If you owe $200,000, which is a bigger percentage of this, it's closer to 40%, it takes too much of your after-tax money to pay this off in one big lump sum. So the answer there is that at that point, it's too much to pay off right away. So be careful once you get above this ratio, which again is 1/3. So 1/3 or less, if you can pay off the mortgage and non-retirement money, go ahead and do it as soon as you possibly can. So those are 2 reasons why you want to do this, when you want to do this. Here's when you don't want to pay off a mortgage right away. And that's if the same scenario let's say you have $500,000 in IRA money, retirement money, 401k. Like so many of us, our savings is very heavy towards retirement funds. And we have $200,000 in non-IRA. Well, and then we have a mortgage, let's say, that is $150,000. Similar example, mortgage. Well, asset-wise, $700,000. I've got to pay off the mortgage takes less than a third of my assets. But these assets, in this case, they don't count towards the equation because this is retirement money. You pull this money out pre-59.5, you get a penalty, and you get taxes even if you're over 59.5, and you get a giant tax bill in order to pay off this mortgage. So really, you're only focusing on this after-tax money. And to take really essentially 3/4 of this 200,000 to pay off this 150 is way too much. It's really 75% of your after-tax money. So in this case, to pay off the mortgage in one big check is too much and too soon in this particular environment. What do you do beyond this? If this happens to be your scenario, you fall somewhere in this category, the answer has to do with accelerating your payments. There's an example I use in the book, and bankrate.com has a great, it's called their early mortgage payoff calculator. You can plug in and say, I want to pay $200 a month, $300 a month extra principal towards the mortgage. The example I have in the book, the individual, the family, they add $300 a month to their mortgage payment, and it shaves, call it close to 10 years, or call it 9 years off of their overall life of their mortgage. It's a really powerful tool to just add a couple $100 a month to your mortgage. It'll shave off a lot of years so that you get closer to that light at the end of the tunnel, which is no more mortgage payments in any given month. So more of your assets and your spending and your income go to the things that you want to do. So again, there's a lot of different things that create this, get us into a position to retire sooner or earlier. And the title of the book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. The 5 money secrets of the happiest retirees. But really so much of this has to go back to the financial peace of mind and the general sense of well-being and happiness and security because you've done the right financial moves and you're spending the money in the right way. That's a big part of the book, but I just tackled for us one of the most important chapters in the book, and I hope this is helpful. Again, you can subscribe on YouTube, Wes Moss Money Matters on YouTube, the Facebook page, Wes Moss Money Matters. We invite you to connect and subscribe to that. And if you just want to find me and the Money Matters team, that's easy to do so as well. Go to wesmoss.com, WESMOSS.com. Thanks so much for stopping by.